this one we're going to look at dividing fractions. First of all, let's have a look what this is actually saying. We've got 3/4 of a chocolate bar and we're splitting it between 3 people. So what are we in effect doing? Think back to the last video about multiplying fractions. You're in fact doing 3/4 times by 1/3, because you're splitting it between 3 people. So you're actually doing 3/4 times by 1/3, which would be times the numerators times the denominators, 3/12. So let's have a look back at our original calculation. 3/4 divided by 3. So when you divide by an integer, you put an invisible 1 underneath, and then you take this number and you flip it. So you've got 3/4 times by 1/3. Now this works with any fraction divided by an integer. So let's have a look. We've got 2/6 divided by 2. So we've got 2/6 of a chocolate bar split into 2 people. So we put our invisible 1 underneath it as our denominator. You are then going to flip that fraction, so you're doing 2/6 times by 1/2, which will give us 2 times 1 is 2, 6 times 2 is 12. Another example, we've got 3/11 divided by 3. So remember what I said, we put a 1 underneath it, we then flip this fraction, so we've got 3/11 times by 1/3, which will give us 3/33. Can we simplify that? Yes, we can, because a common factor between those two numbers is 3. So how many 3's go into 3? 1. How many 3's go into 33? 11. So our answer would be 1/11, or 1/11. Questions to have a go at. You've got 3/5 divided by 2 equals 1/3 divided by 3 equals, and 2/3 divided by 3 equals. I want the answers to be in the most simplified form if you can. Let's have a look at the answers then. So we've got 3/5 divided by 2, which is actually 3/5 times by 1/2, which will give us 3/10. Can we simplify that? No, we can't, because there isn't a common factor between 3 and 10, because 3 is a prime number. Let's have a look at the next one. We've got 1/3 times by 1/3, which will give us 1/9. Can we simplify that one? No, we can't. Let's have a look at the final one. So that would actually be 2/3 times by 1/3, which will give us 2/9. Again, can we simplify that one? No, we can't, because there isn't a common factor between 2 and 9.